and it seems as if not everything that meets the eye is a reality. So he's prescribed to Adderall already, right? And a part of his stipulations for Jackass was to not be on any drugs. But then when he went to rehab, they loaded him up on a bunch of other drugs and Adderall. So then he drops dirty and gets kicked off the production, which is kind of weird because, like, if they wanted him to go to rehab and they load him up with more drugs and these are prescribed drugs, who are these guys to tell him he can't have it? I think it's dosages that'll be the biggest thing.
Right.
So that ends
Yeah.
up fucking up the show there. Then all of a sudden, shortly down the road, people may remember that he goes to jail for some shit. Cops come and arrest him at a hotel. Allegedly, he was zooted off the yay and was grabbing at a hooker's titties and
I believe there was footage of it, if I'm not mistaken, like
like
of either body cam
yeah,
footage
body cam of
or
him getting arrested, and he was like, "What
yeah,
the hell's
yeah.
going on?" Like, so when the cops pulled up, there was no hooker. It was him and his aunt, and he was just up in his room and was like, what's going on?" And so he gets arrested for really nothing, but it was a part of this woman, this Lima woman's whole plan. From what it seems like, it's literally on her website, like broken down the process of basically helping to heal somebody, and it's like incarcerate them or conservatorship, or like guardianship, so to speak. And this girl right here broke everything down. Like she went and found it all. I don't know what her fucking name is. Some chick. Addie. No, not Addie. I don't know who she is, but this girl. So she
That
went and found all this
surprise
stuff
witness
out, and
TV.
she sees that there's these cases that don't add up, and there's this random guardianship situation of a random woman who has nothing to do with the family who's controlling it all, who also recently had guardianship of another girl who ended up dying in her sleep, who was a former drug addict. Kind of just got swept under the rug. So it's all just really fucking weird. It's all just really fucking weird how this went down. And it seems like as Bam's starting to teeter off to the point of like totally irrelevant, somebody in his family or somebody in his entourage grabbed a hold of that to make sure they can control what's going on. Because every
Yeah.
time he's locked up, they're posting on his Instagram, even selling merchandise and shit.
Right,
Like
right,
they're
right.
monetizing
Someone's
his
making
likeness.
money.
Yeah. It's weird,
Yeah,
man.
that is very weird. And it is crazy how like he's been arguing that's like they've been against him this whole time. And in terms of like everything was fine while they were doing the show, everybody was doing drugs and all of a sudden it wasn't until, they got together for Jackass 4 or whatever the most recent one was and they said he wasn't going to be involved. And
Yeah.
then it only makes sense that he's since gone off the end since then, you know?
Yeah. Well, he ended up suing Jackass for firing him from the show and they settled out of court.
What does that Reddit say that you just had up
I
there?
couldn't read because I'm not wearing my
You,
glasses. Now,
um,
and the weird thing too is with Steve-O's
yeah.
podcast. We put out it was on Steve-O's podcast. That was recorded, I guess, in May, but then released in August. So it was like all the other shit that went down wasn't put on there, and that's where it's like Steve-O is like, and this is where somebody's saying it's fake news is on Steve-O's podcast. It's like
That was
yeah,
a month ago.
but then it was also said that Steve-O's podcast that episode was filmed months and months prior, like 3 months prior. So a lot of the shit that went down wasn't happening during the filming. So it's kind of bizarre how they just was like media style, Hollywood style, and made us look at everything like everything we see on TV can be real, but how it's put in context may not be real. And in this case, it's almost like they're piecing shit together to make sure that he looks as bad as possible, so then everything that happens will be
We're
excusable. Yeah,
justified. Yep,
yeah.
justified. It was the same thing with Britney, man. Same thing with Britney Spears, with her
So what
dad
is this
taking all the
here?
money.
His name's Brandon. I don't even know that. So
Well, makes sense. It's not Bam.
other events and hearings. So these are things: canceled case management conference, notice of voluntary dismissal. So like he's trying
These
to,
are all within
to
like these are just like bang, 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 bang.
yeah.
March, February, January. No January, November. Like boom, 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 boom. Notice of
All this shit
dismissal.
is just like it's not even like him really getting in trouble. It's just like somebody holding on to him and controlling what he's doing, and he can't just leave. Again, it's like let somebody follow their ass. Let him follow their ass. If this is a case of somebody just tried to help him, that's I guess okay, whatever. But he's a grown ass fucking man. For one, is it just because he has money? Is that why people feel like they need to control him so they
Probably.
don't lose their
Yeah.
fucking
How
their nest
much
egg?
money
Or,
can he still have though? Like, is
well, from
he
the
like?
last Jackass movie, I guess he got 5 million, and then he's still selling merchandise and doing random shit like that, and then he's doing
Yeah. Okay.
Cameo. Like, so
All
I
right.
guess he had $20,000 in fucking deliverables on Cameo that they wouldn't let him fulfill, and because they wouldn't give him his phone and shit. So like, while he's in rehab, he's losing money, but yet he's in rehab for shit that he's not even doing per se. It's like he has to go there. And then he claims he got kicked out of rehab for fucking, like on day 72 or something, he was wearing sweatpants. And they said for hygiene, they kicked him out. So they had to restart once he relocated.
Oh my God,
And so they kept
really?
restarting his shit for stupid reasons. And because he smoked a cigarette and flicked it outside, they restarted another one, moved him again. It's like, it's just
Woof.
weird. A lot of stuff's weird. And like somebody who's been put on all these drugs and somebody who's gone through the shit that he has and already was a little spoiled fucking dumbass when he was a
Yeah,
kid,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you could
Yep.
see them, their brain or the way they're living, him being like this.
Well, they're full of
You
what
can't
they've done to
handle it, you know?
themselves for the sake of entertainment. We're talking about a guy who's like literally destroyed his body for
Yeah.
television, you know? So none of these guys are thinking straight.
No, no. But that's where I just think that he's been slightly manipulated a little bit more than others. He's somebody who definitely had some mental health issues. Yeah, just like Honey Bunch of Slugs saying over here. Some mental health issues,
Yep.
obviously substance issues. And instead of getting help when he needed it, is only once they needed him for the show. And it's like, fuck, tighten him up. It's like, he's been going through this, man. You guys were at parties with this motherfucker, and
Right. That's
everybody's
it.
cool
And
with
that's
it
what
and
he
shit.
says. And that's what he's saying. It's like you guys were all fine with this.
Yep.
But all of a sudden now you guys choose to get sober. And it's like now who knows how bad his problems really are. You know what I mean? Like in terms of how much of it's being exaggerated, you know? Like it's like sure I'm sure a guy could enjoy himself every now and again.
Oh, yeah.
But is it as frequent or as bad as it's being portrayed? You
Yeah.
know? It'll be interesting to see.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's just
It's
how they do
crazy
things.
that someone can take over someone else's life like
A
that.
grown-ass adult who's not on probation,
No, no.
who's not, nothing. It just, like, signed away his shit via contract.
Yeah.
It's crazy,
Wild
man.
stuff. Wild stuff. And we pass the question off to you. What do you guys think? You guys have seen the story. I see a lot of you participating in the chat, giving us your 2 cents. And it's a sticky situation either way you put it, because you know you hate to see a guy like we all grew up watching this guy. You know, I at least I did.
I never
Anyways,
liked this shit, man, honestly,
I
like,
oh man, I watched it stupid, bro. Like
I had
all
all
the
sorts of, like,
time.
random little BAM cultist kids here who always wear those little, like, beanie hats with a little thing kinda like him, and they all do those little lame little fucking hearts with triangles and shit. You know what I'm
I don't
talking
know
about?
what the hearts with triangles are.
That's like they were just like cult members, dude. It was crazy. Everybody just
I
wants to be
enjoyed it.
Bam. It's like,
Well, it wasn't even banned. I just didn't. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to tell you the names of the different guys, to be honest with you. I wasn't that hardcore, but I definitely watched. I like enjoy watching guys throw themselves towards
getting
concrete.
hurt. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's what
yeah.
it
Made
is.
for
Yeah,
good
I see that shit
TV in the late
everywhere.
2000s. Oh, that.
Remember that?
Oh
That looks like
no,
some
I no, I've
terrible
never
shit.
seen that in my life, to be honest with you. Huh?
I don't like
Cute,
it.
cute.
That boy
But
looks like
guys,
a rough fucking it's Phil, who looks like his dad, but like
and he
says
is,
lines and
and the
shit.
poor guy fucking picked on his mom and dad so much.
I know. Mm, I just didn't like him because he'd go in there and beat his dad up while he's shit, and it's like, what a little piece of shit. What the fuck's wrong with you? He's sleeping and he goes in there and just fucks his dad up. It's like, you're a
Collapsed.
piece of shit. Yeah, so Carmel's a bitch, but
Yeah, yeah, right. But ladies and gentlemen, of course, this is a nudes show. We ask you guys what your opinions are, whether it's the first story to the last story. Please feel free. We do post all the highlights and anything you might have missed here from the stream. That's every single Mondays and Fridays, 9 a.m. Central, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. Um, this I remember this, but we do have a YouTube channel. It's Top Buzz
yeah.
with Robin Pigeons, and you can catch everything you missed. Don't forget, if you hit the follow button here, you can follow us both individually, Pigeons420 here on Twitch and Rob CLTV here as well.